Bashers! In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Dirk Weekends. This is Sunday Mass, and I didn't put my church thing behind me. I should put that behind me, right? Because I'll tell you why I'm a little bit late in a second. Where is my cool church that I came up with? I had one. Did I not save it? Oh, boo. I have that one. That one's okay. This one. Yeah, that's good, right? I'm not centered. Now I'm centered. Hey, welcome everybody to Sunday edition, Sunday Mass. Good to see y'all. I'm just late because I was writing a reply to a letter that I got that was beautifully written and detailed. And it was something about a comment I made. And I'm not going to address the whole thing on the show because I don't want to bore you with it. However, I just want to remind people, myself included, that oftentimes we can make a comment without any kind of explanation or verification and or support that may be perceived by another person as opposing to whatever their values and views that they might have. So I wanted to go into an in-depth reply, and it was an hour of writing at least. I just got it out a second ago, only because I just wanted to be respectful to the person that wrote the letter and wanted to clarify my particular stance on this particular situation and how it wasn't flippant and how it wasn't made off the cuff, nor was it meant to demean or it was meant to disagree in a lot of ways, but it wasn't meant as an assault on somebody's ideological beliefs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just wanted to clarify that. So I hope you forgive me for that. Because, sometimes, and this wasn't even on, Friday night, Dirk drinky poo night, when, loose lips sink ships, and that often happens, especially when a Sheen's in the room. But you know what? It was somewhat political, and we all have our political ideologies, we all have our political opinions, and I just hope that when people have them and state them, that they are at least well informed enough to make any kind of declaration and or statement that they make. And that's all I have to say about that. And I hope that it is I hope that the letter is taken that way. I hope it is, just well known that I didn't mean in any way, shape, or form to just blurt out something that I know nothing about, which I kind of feel that I do, and I've sought out answers to this particular incident, this particular thing that they're talking about. My green screen is not great today, huh? It's not great. Let me clean my lens. Sometimes it's all about the lens. It's all about the lens. Look at that. See, I'm getting a little shine up there. I don't know. So my arm. Oh no, I fixed it. Oh no, it didn't. Look at that. Yeah, I'm like the Incredible Hulk. So let's see who's in the room. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Andrew Wolkowicz, $5 Canadian. Everyone should make ready for Sunday Mass. Amen. As you walk through the door, be sure to upvote and subscribe before you take a seat. Hey, got a couple more subscribers last week. That's really great. I'm just trying to build the channel so I have a place to stay, a reason to stay home and not have to go get up our job. I love doing this every single day with you guys. Of course, I do Dirk weekdays, Tuesday through Thursday. Then we do Classic Bashers with the Sheen on Fridays. On Mondays, we do Watch Fashion Police with the beautiful, enchanting, and also everything, Michaela de Chatillon and the big guy, and then back on Tuesdays. So Sunday Mass is the extra show that I do now, and I'm really happy to do it. Makes my Sunday more compelling, and it's fun as hell. And you got two of them here, Andrew Wolkowicz. Heretics and heathens, open your hearts and minds and prepare to be saved. Welcome to our Bashers community. Welcome to the most loved and peaceful community, unless you're a total. Well, we know what that means. So for that, I'm going to give you, since you gave me two of them in a row, I'm going to give you the Mega Bear. Thank you so much, Andrew. Where's my earrings? Dave, Fahrenheit 451, upvoted for Sunday Fun. Yes, Dean's here. Hey, Dean, it's happy hour with Dirk, man of the cloth sometimes. What do you call a vicar on a motorbike? Rev. It's good. Mark Gerard is here. Melly C. Hey, Melly C. Great to see you. Who else is here? Mr. Bad. Oh, you're a mean one. Mr. Bad Gas. Del Z-Boy. Billy G. Don Fair, ex-member of Hitman and friend. How are you? CW Watch Enthusiast. Great to see you on the channel. Hey, that's my niece. That's Christine. Hey, honey pie. Love Uncle Jay the background. It's great. Yeah, I had to switch it because I forget I do that. And I actually scrambled to get the show together. Was like clicking on all the pictures because on Friday I never get around to pictures because Sheen and I go off on a tangent and it doesn't happen. So I couldn't do it. So I was like, oh shit. Let me change my background real fast. So sorry about that, all you kitty pies. Yeah, I just and there's something in my glass. I just poured a glass, because I'm off the bottles, right? As you all know, look at the can turn silver. This is it's crazy. There's something in my glass. I'm kind of grossed out. What is that? I don't know. I have to look at it now, see what that is. I don't know. But it's mine, so yeah. So here we are on Sunday. Hey, Buddy Hell's here. Afternoon to you. What did you guys do this weekend? Anything exciting? What are you doing on a Sunday afternoon? Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Brum, brum. Everybody know that song? That's a great one from A Night at the Opera by Queen. It's one of Freddie Mercury's more vaudevillian numbers. Bicycling to work on every evening. Bring, bring. Thursday we go waltzing to the zoo. That's what set them apart from everybody else in the whole wide world. I think they took a cue from the Beatles' more playful numbers and decided to just go crazy with that. And that's probably their biggest selling record. I think it's not my favorite Queen record. What's your favorite Queen record? If you have a favorite Queen record, mine is Jazz. And that's the one with Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls, Jealousy, Don't Stop Me Now. I saw that tour, 1978. Yeah, 1978. I saw 78, 79, 80, 82. And then they never toured again in the United States until they got Adam Lambert, because they made an album called Hot Space. And the entire Queen community said no, because they had a big hit with Another One Bites the Dust. And they were like, Freddie Mercury was hitting all the dance clubs and thinking, oh, we need this shit. So he didn't even write that song. John Deacon, their bass player, wrote it. And so they all got in on it and they wrote a dance album. And it's really not a good album. I mean, it's hard to find a couple of good numbers on that. There's maybe two, but it's bad. The lead single was called Body Language. And it's like, ugh. Freddie Mercury, you need to stay out of the underground dark leather bars. It was like, oh, this is creepy as I don't know what they were up to. Oh, Dean says his favorite is Live Magic. Man, I love that record too. That was recorded partially in Hungary and partially in Wembley Stadium on their Magic tour, which was the last tour they did with Freddie Mercury, who was not ill yet. As that movie tries to make it out like he was at Live Aid. That was bullshit. They made, a kind of magic, the miracle, innuendo. By innuendo, he was ill, but he didn't know. Like he was best he ever was live was his last tour. Vocally, he was unreal. So I don't know, it's a lot of bullshit. All bullshit. Eddie with $2. Hair is looking good. Yeah, it's like it's growing out so fast. It just happens. What do you get for that? I'm gonna give you the triangle because you love the triangle, right? You love it. Cha-cha. Everybody loves the triangle. I love it. So they have Live Magic. That I remember. I have. Do you have that on? I think I have it on VHS. It's probably out on. I don't know what do people watch stuff on now. One of these stations is trying to get me hooked. It's called Quello, and I believe it's like a live concert thing. But it's all like Foo Fighters and Fish, and the blah 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 band. I want to see like classic stuff. And I don't see much of it. I did the trial and I was like, nope. I don't like that. Because, as Oisin loves to point out, I'm a fuddy-duddy and I don't like any of what the kids are doing nowadays. And I just don't. I didn't like the 90s either for the most part. I'm not a Pearl Jam guy. I don't get Nirvana. I get Nirvana. I get why it happened and why it happened that big, but I don't listen to them for any reason. Soundgarden. Only Chris Cornell song I love is the theme from Casino Royale. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I find it to be all mumble mouth. Everybody's I'm going hungry. They all sound like the guy from Creed, who all sound like Cher, all of them. And I've said that before, and it's boring. Andrew says the best conversations and stories to start with. I was having a few drinks. So I was having a few drinks last night, and this elephant came up to me. Said, Dean says he has it on Blu-ray. Now, I have a PlayStation that I haven't turned on in like 10 years, and that was arguably the best Blu-ray player in the world at the time it came out. It was the fastest because Blu-rays were very slow. And I'll never forget when that war was on, and it was like HD DVD versus Blu-ray. And who did I have that argument with? Machine O'Malley, because he was an advocate for the HD DVD because he had an Xbox and I didn't have an Xbox. I had a PlayStation. So it was competing, it's like the VHS versus beta and, all the technologies that come out. I was a big advocate for this technology called mini disc. I actually might have one. I just found a bunch of them. I did. Here's one. That's a mini disc. I have the player there. I haven't turned that on in 15 years. It's in my music rack. Basically, it's a CD's worth of music on this tiny little disc, but it works like a floppy drive. And I'll be honest with you, we weren't lip syncing, but when Hitman we did our tour for Vivis Machina in Europe, we had our second record had strings and all the stuff we couldn't do live. And I was like, hey, how about if I get the album tracks and I put them on a channel? And how I did this, I don't know, because I did not know anything back then. But I went to Manny's Music, which was a very prominent music store on 48th Street, which was the mecca of buying music, guitars, sheet music, drums, everything. It was like everybody went there. I think the Edge bought his famous Gibson Explorer guitar there. And I knew the guy that ran the studio upstairs. They had like a studio where they'd sell studio equipment. And I said, hey, can I have like a couple of hours in there? I'm trying to do something. And he said, well, what? And I brought my mini disc player and I used his console and I put a click track in one side of the channel. So I split it left and right. This is boring, I know, but it's really interesting the way it works. And of course, everybody does this now. So I think we might have done this before everybody. I didn't know how to do it. I don't even know if it was a thing, but I wanted the big strings and all that stuff and these songs that we had that were overproduced. And on this channel was the click, click, click for our drummer. And then on the other side, so this side would go to his headphones and this side would go to the house and they'd hear all the stuff. So on 3 songs in our show, they had like some voiceovers and our intro to the concert had it all on there. And he would hear the click track and know when to, because it would be like, and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, bang. And then I had it on a mini disc and we took it to Germany. Our first show was in Hanover, Germany. It was 1993 and it worked. And it was amazing. And everybody's like, how the hell did you do that? I said, I don't know. And now everybody and their mother does it, but they do it. Like the Eagles are now lip syncing. And I don't know if you guys heard about that. I am very curious. And I know that we haven't really talked about this that much. But Del Boy says, the black hole sun, won't you come to wash away the rain? Yeah. No Time, what is it called? You Know My Name from James Bond. Hands down the best thing he ever did. Incredible. He wrote that with David Arnold. It's an amazing song. Great melody, great bridge, great everything. Vocals are outstanding on that. If you don't know that one, go check it out. If you take a life, tell me just what you'll give. I'm sure you won't like what it is. He was great. Great singer. It's very sad that he decided that the world didn't need him anymore, because it did. Space Ace says, just listen to Mr. North for the first time. The singer definitely has a good voice. Well, let me tell you about him. So, I don't know if I said this before. If I am, say, Dirk, you're repeating yourself. This fucking show. Stop doing it every day. You're repeating yourself. My friend Mary and I, one of my oldest friends in the whole wide world, a singer also, we were going to see our friends up in the Irish area of the Bronx. So she said, "You want to stop and get a drink?" Because this is 1999, I think it was. You know, she was driving because I don't drive. And I was like, "All right, just one because you're driving." So we stop into this bar in Queens. On the way she picked me up. We went to this bar and there was a band setting up. And she saw the singer of that band. She saw him fudging with his microphone. She goes, "Oh, he's cute. Let's stick around." I was like, "Oh God, let's not stay for a cute singer. Oh, please." Blah. And then I saw Emmett, the guitar player. I didn't know who he was. He came out and he had a Gibson Harold Roberts Fusion. I have one of them right over here. And I looked at it and I went, huh, are these guys like into Rush? Because I knew that Alex Lifeson had one from Rush. Anyway, they opened up their show with a song called "Give Me Life." I'll never forget it because I was not my socks were knocked off. I have never heard a band that wasn't famous that I was agape at. And yes, they're all my friends now, and they have been for 25 years, but they weren't then. And I'm a very hypercritical person, and like when it comes to music. And we stayed for the whole show. We blew off our friends up in the Bronx, and we stayed for the whole show. And the crowd knew all the words, and we were like, "Did we miss out on something? How in the world did we never? How did we never know who are they? Never got the name of the band either. Never got the name of the band. Anyway, Colin Smith, the singer, I was just blown away by. I said, I have never seen a guy like that. And I said, he's one of the best singers I've ever seen live in my life. And he is, and he was, and he still is one of the most amazing singers I've ever heard. What an incredible everything. I mean, looks great on stage. Obviously, she thought he was super cute, but I mean, what a beautifully melodic singer. He's also got an amazing kind of soulful Stevie Wonder, like trick in the bags. You know, a lot of singers, we all like to say about like how many tools you have in the tool belt. Like some nights you have more tools that you could play with. And so he's got this one little secret tool, and it's this soulfulness, which while he's a great rock singer and a beautiful ballad singer, he also has this just unexpected ability to like riff the shit out of stuff in a very nice way, not in a melismatic bullshit kind of way. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this guy's a rock singer. He had beautiful ballads, and he was also like doing some Stevie Wonder licks. Great. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. He's amazing. Donnie Fair. Well, we came up in the trenches together, dear heart. Well put, that grunge crap. I gotta say that Alice in Chains, I liked Them Bones. I did like some of it. Do you know what I didn't like most about it? And thank God, well, we didn't do that. What I didn't like was how every band felt that they needed to make a grunge record. I guess it's like disco, right? Remember, like Kiss, I Was Made for Loving You, Blondie. Everybody started making disco records and they were hits. So I think everybody saw the writing on the wall and they decided to start making grungy, stripped down records where, there's no reverb and the kick drum was real poop, 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 poop in your face. That's the one thing about grunge that really annoyed me, is like also the things where the guys just standing there and staring at their shoes and there was no more stagecraft. I grew up in an era where, Kiss and Queen and ELO and all these amazing bands had Iron Maiden had big shows with lights and things that moved and ramps and hydraulics. And I love that shit to this day, man. I love a good show. I mean, I don't understand why a person like Taylor Swift has that stuff. And that's another thing. I think it should also be, I think you should perform in a way that not only enhances your show, but makes sense with your show. So when I see like J-Lo and she's going like this and fire comes up, I'm like, that doesn't fit with her. She should just have a bunch of dancers and lots of sequins and that's it. And great lights. I don't think she should have fire and all these people with the Kiss shows. I just think that's really lame. Don't love it. Dean says he has both Xbox and PS5. If I told you what I have PS3 because I played one game. I played two games. I played Grand Theft Auto 4, which was the most fun I've ever had as an adult, and Quantum of Solace, which was a really good game. Melly C still has her mini display. I don't know if mine works. I mean, I have a rack, like a studio rack full of stuff, and I don't know if it works, but I should, after the show, maybe I'll check it out. Del Boy ZA says HD DVD was dead in the water from the get-go, unfortunately, like Betamax. Arguably the superior format, but smart licensing won the day. Yeah, I have some mini discs which failed miserably. I have like Kate Bush's no, I have one of her records. I think it's The Red Shoes. I have like 2 or 3 Police titles. Very few, because for a while they were out and then they died. But yeah, like Blu-ray. I mean, I think HD DVD had more capacity, right? I think it's true. Hey, Jade is here. Hey, evening, Jade. Good to see you. Dean says, I have a mini disc somewhere. Dig it up. Let's all get together and start a mini disc club. Maybe we could bring it back. I miss physical formats. When we were creating the last Hitman record, we were told by the record company, also don't forget to send designs for vinyl. And we're like, vinyl? What do you mean vinyl? Like the kids in Europe are only buying vinyl. They don't buy CDs anymore. They'll buy the vinyl and they'll do a download. They don't want CDs. They want the vinyl. So that was fun to do. And you guys have all seen that. I've shown it to you. But, when you were a kid, I mean, I could go over here and just, hold on. I have like 800,000 albums. I probably have like 800,000 albums. So let's just see from the list. I probably have about 2,000 or 3,000 in this room on a wall. Let's see what crazy things I have. I just randomly pulled shit out. Hey, how about this one? The Gala Concert, the American Conference of Cantors, the High Life. Robert Bloch, Edward Fogel, Roman Gilbert, Pawan Martin, Abraham Levitt, Sheldon Merrill, Raymond Smolover, Severin Weigort, and Alex Zimmer. Now, I'll tell you why I have this. I think I might have said this to you once before, that my dear friend Mimi, she had a brother-in-law who was a recording engineer for Atlantic Records. I think he was in mastering. Anyway, he was an amazing, and it's funny, this is interesting. I just actually mentioned this earlier before. He was a klezmer musician, and he had a band called the oh shit, am I not going to get this right? It's not the Michael Stanley Band. Oh shit. Fuck, I can't remember it right now. He had a band. They were incredible. I loved their album. I still know all the words to it. And I got really into klezmer, and I also I used to go like synagogue hopping for cantors, because church music is fine and everything, mostly for organ music, but the singers. So I started collecting albums of cantors, because it's some of the most amazing shit I've ever heard in my life. Number 2, one of my favorite singers in the whole wide world, Andy Williams, The Days of Wine and Roses. He's got some amazing shit on here. I actually had a shirt made up with Andy Williams on it. How about this? How about this as a juxtaposition, kids? This is random. I just pulled these out. This is Queensryche's debut album, and it's rare because I only have one of these. And this is the very first thing Queensryche ever made when they were a nobody band. They were not signed to any record label. They're not on any label. And this is like worth a fortune for people who care. It's on 206 Records. This is on their own label. I think their managers pressed these. And I loved them from the second I heard their singer. Obviously, most of my record collection is going to be singers who I think are great. Anyway, I bought this and it was amazing. And here's a total flip. A Night at Studio 54, because this metal guy loves him some disco. Amazing, right? What's on here? Cheryl Lynn, Chic, Village People, GQ, Cher, Take Me Home, Alicia Bridges, I Love the Nightlife, I've got to boogie on the disco, oh yeah. Donna Summer, Last Dance, Amazing Voyage, DC LaRue, Musique. What is that? In the Bush, Push, Push, in the Bush. Dan Hartman, yeah. How about this for rock and roll? Oh, look at this. I got two of them in a row. 2 Angel albums. A band I don't even like. They were considered the White Kiss. Kiss was dark, and they were black. And then I have a Christian metal band of a band we toured with. And this album's got big packaging on it, I think. It's a big gatefold sleeve. You got gatefolds, and you got lyrics and vinyl was so cool. Oh shit, it has the original merchandise insert in it. I have a lot of crazy vinyl. We played with them on numerous occasions, and they actually nicked one of Jimmy, who was on my show a couple weeks ago. One of our songs called Dead on Arrival. They stole the riff. Stole the riff. They stole it. And we pointed it out, and they were like, oh my God, because we're all about Jesus. Sure. Funny. I heard from a computer crime cop that hackers love the original PlayStation as a modern computer security. Don't recognize it and allows you to slip in the back door. I don't have the original one. I have the PS3. So the original one was that one that had the black discs, right? Kevin Hawthorne. Hey, welcome, Kevin Hawthorne. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Lakeland, Florida, one of the most famous the Lakeland, Florida arena is where everybody used to rehearse their tours. Very interesting little tidbit of nonsensical information. Bands used to go rehearse in that for some reason. I don't know. It's in the Everglades or something. I remember all the bands used to rent out that place for a week when they would, after they would rehearse, they'd have to rehearse their show, lights, sound, bombs, things, ramps, all the things I talked about. And they would always do that. Interesting. Toussaint Lou's here. He says Kingsbridge. Kingsbridge, is that Brooklyn or I don't know. I saw Queen live at Nebworth Park in 86. I got very drunk. I saw Queen at Wembley in 86. That was the same tour. You saw Nebworth, the very last show they ever played. Ever. Wow, you were there. Hey, he's a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Hey, guys, good to see you. Dean with a £4.99 super sticker. Let's give you the gong. Thank you so much for Dean. Dean, you're a sex machine. Carolyn Martin's here, everybody's favorite girl with the wrench. It's Carolyn Martin. Please upvote. Hey, upvote. It doesn't take much. Just hit that little thumbs up button, and it tells the algorithm that you have fun in the room and your voices are heard. And that's what this is all about. It's about you, me, and everything in between. I don't prepare anything at all generally unless I have something to say. I just listen to what you guys have to say. Hey, Topster, everybody's favorite right-wing Republican pundit, is here in the room. He's certainly mine. Blu-ray technology is also superior to HD DVD. So much more data in the disc. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I'm not going to make a statement. I just remember Oisin's argument was back in the day, HD DVD had more. And then I remember when Blu-ray came out with like some compression ratio or whatever that did it, I don't know. I can't say. I just had Blu-ray and I was like, I like Blu-ray. I like vanilla. You like chocolate. Carolyn Martin says, Dean, thanks for the support. Always, Dean, you're the best. 4K Blu-ray looks so much better than streaming. Oh, you know what? So the other day, I've been in a real big Bond mood lately. I was very upset with the guy that they supposedly had chosen, and gratefully it looks like he's not the guy now. Because I don't think that guy looks like James Bond at all. I just don't feel him at all. I saw him with his earrings and his long hair, and it's hard to see through that. But I looked at his face, and I've seen him act in a couple of things. And I said, he's too goofy. I'm not into that guy. Anyway, I was listening to all the themes and loving, of course, I just said Chris Cornell's song. Casino Royale to me is the perfect James Bond movie after maybe the first couple of Sean Connery movies. Dr. No, You Only Live Twice. Everybody knows that from Millennium, because most of you aren't in the US, where Robbie Williams has never had a hit single. I know over there you guys are sick of him, but those records are amazing. But so I have all of the Daniel Craig except for No Time to Die. I have all of them on Blu-ray up until even Spectre. And I was like, well, I don't need those. I'll just go find them on streaming. Nowhere. Because here's what happens. Every single time a movie comes out, it's on Netflix or it's on Amazon Prime or it's on one of your Hulu, whatever it is you subscribe to. And then the company that made that movie, like in this particular instance, MGM made those Bond films. They finally came up with their own streaming service, and then they yank all the movies off of the ones you already subscribe to, and now they come up with a subscription channel. So, which means if you want to watch those movies, you have to subscribe to MGM Plus, which I'm not going to do because I already have way too many subscriptions. I've been getting pretty good at doing the evaluations, the trials, and getting rid of them if it's something I don't want. I did that with Hulu a bunch of times, but now there's stuff on there that I really like. I have Paramount Plus, I have Netflix and Amazon, I have Disney, and I have BritBox because I watched those. Now I have Hulu, and it's like I don't have room for. I got rid of a bunch because I had too many of them, and it gets expensive. It adds up to what you used to pay for cable eventually, and I don't want to do that. Dean says, Carolyn Martin at giving myself a pay rise. You deserve it. Carolyn says, Andrew, your support is legendary. And it is. He's our team mascot. He is the iBashers head cheerleader, bulldog, and spokesmodel, if I don't say so myself, because he's very handsome. Dave says, good afternoon, Miss Martin. Hope your issues have been resolved and in the positive. We all were worried about you. I didn't talk to her for a couple of days, and that is worrisome, because I'm used to that now. I like what I'm used to. That's nice. Great. Mr. Bad Guy says, greetings to you. Dean says, wow, some great albums. Just love the album covers. Iron Maiden's album covers are awesome too. What's really fucked up about that is like, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, they all used Hypnosis, or, Roger Dean did the Yes records. These were iconic album covers. Album covers were iconic. When you put them out, if they went somewhere, you can name off the top of your head what are the most famous album covers of all time. Sgt. Pepper, Dark Side of the Moon, Yes, several of them. Can anybody tell me what like a Taylor Swift record looks like now? No. I mean, they're nothing. Nobody cares about the album art. And there were liner notes and the lyrics and messages from the artist and pictures and sometimes booklets. There was so much cool stuff. And that's just, I know it's evolution and things change, but I have so many records I could never part with them. A lot of them I bought, but I did get a lot from my older sister Pat, who's 10 years my senior, and got me into all the music that I mostly like. She liked the Stones. I think I've told you guys. It's never a band I never really cared about, though I respect highly. And I'm still enjoying that audiobook because I keep falling asleep. Keith Richards' Life book, which is really a great read. You cannot believe how highly intelligent that guy is, because you just think of him as a guy that used way too much heroin and it looks like an ashtray. But he's a incredibly gifted writer. He did not use a ghostwriter on that book. His recollections are very vivid and detailed. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Now, the thing I was going to say about the Iron Maiden album covers is like somewhere along the way, the guy that did their album jackets was a guy named Derek Riggs. He invented Eddie, the guy that's on all their covers. They had a falling out. And now somebody else does their covers. And you know what? They're not as good. That's for sure. Del Boy says, do you have a George Foreman grill PS3? Yeah, they have. So I don't think I do. No, I don't. I bought my PS3 from a guy on Craigslist. And I met him at the Queens Center Mall on the basement floor, and it was a very good price. And I was a little worried that I was going to get robbed. And he said, no, my wife just made me get rid of it, which I thought was hilarious. Hey, roar of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Gentlemen, I implore you, please ask every woman in your life to get an EKG. Oh my God. His daughter Danielle died last week of a heart attack. She was only 42. Oh, roar. I'm sure I speak for everybody here. We are absolutely so incredibly sorry to hear this. Please ask every woman in your life to get an EKG. 42. Oh, God bless you, man. I can't even imagine that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I speak for everybody here. So Roar the Tiger implores every woman in your life. Everybody should probably get one. I mean, so many people these days, it makes you wonder what we're doing wrong 42. God bless, Roar. We're very, very sorry to hear that. You've been a really great friend and supporter of this channel for so long. Send me an email, man, would you, please? I'm not going to hit you up with a gong or anything like that. That would be inappropriate, but we'll say a little prayer for you. And we're so sorry to hear that. So sorry, man. James Scott, Dirk is in the house. What a better way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Oh, thank you, James, very much. Mr. Ben, I mean, I don't know after that how you can recover from hearing that. It's just so completely flummoxed by it. Mr. Bad Guy says Bubble Gut and Hot Snakes. I don't know. Is that a name of your record, your new album? And Roar the Tiger upvoted. Thank you very much. Thank you. Send me an email, man. You know where to do it. You send me it to bashdirk.com. I would appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. And everybody, I'm sure. Yeah, here it comes, man. Here it comes. Here it comes, Roar. Here it comes. Yeah, I will too. I'll do the same thing. Dave at 451, I will make sure to take your advice. Andrew says, Roar the Tiger, may your memory be a blessing to whole and new or an inspiration. Agreed. Tell boy, I'm not yet convinced physical media looks better than streaming. It doesn't. I think physical media does. It's just, you know what? The streams are never perfect. Hands, knees, and toss. Hey, hands, knees, and toss. Deepest condolences. So sorry for your loss. Roar the Tiger. Thank you. That's everybody here. It's going to be coming for a while. We all unfortunately understand great grief. Yeah, we sure do. My friend Mark Mandelbaum put his cat down yesterday. It's just like I feel like everybody I know is going through some horrible hits to their soul, and I'm very sorry. I know how that feels. Melly C is here. Sorry for your loss. Tell boy. Kieran, condolences. Yeah, everybody. Carolyn. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. You know that this is the best gang in the world, man. The Bastards are here for you. So, let's do something special for him this week. Roar the Tiger. Can I bake? Wait, send me an email so I know where you are. Maybe I could bake you guys something and send you guys something. And if I can share with you, I mean, you know how everybody was so kind to me when Laverne left. Listen, if we have anything in this whole world, it's paying it forward. Any gesture of kindness that we can do for anybody is worth it to me. And yeah, James Scott says thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So please send me an email. So if I can do anything for you and your family, I would be grateful to do so. Yeah. Wow. We got. Well, I don't know how you recover from that. I don't even know what to say at this point. It's just so, listen, we all love watches and music and talking about stuff, but like life gets in the way, man. I mean, it makes you wonder. Like I had a friend who died of a massive heart attack when he was 57. This was 20 years ago. And I remember he just dropped dead, and out of nowhere, I actually texted him. And I was like, where have you been? Blah, blah, blah. And I got a phone call, and I was told, and it was in a car pulling out of his driveway, and that was it. It was over. And he was a year younger than I am now. And I remember thinking, oh my God, 57 is so young. 42. Yeah, I will definitely light a candle. Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian, $5. Light a candle and say a prayer for those we still have, as well as those who will live in our hearts and memories. Yeah, it's one of my little things that I like to do occasionally. I have St. Mary's Church right here in my neighborhood, and it's a beautiful 150-year-old church. And sometimes I like to go in there when there's nobody in there and just light a bunch of candles for not just, I was doing it a lot when Laverne wasn't feeling well, but for others who are in need too. And you know what? Any gesture you can make to help the comfort in somebody who's suffering from any kind of trouble or loss, it's a good thing, and you should do it. You should definitely do it. Thank you, Andrew. All right, I'll give you a little gong for that. Or of the contemplative style, which is always welcome. Thanks. So hey, let's get into viewer shots, since I wasn't able to do it I'm never able to do it on Sunday, and that's the worst. I'm on Friday because we go off the rails. Big show on Friday, though. I gotta say, everybody showed up, and it's had a lot of views, and thanks. And this show's building too. It's like Yeah, everybody's like really getting really well. So here is, let's start off with Andrew Wolkowicz with Olive and Senor, which we love to do because we always love their pictures. Here's the two kitties. The two geriatric cats. You're so lucky. Laverne was 14 and I wanted at least 10 more years and I didn't get them. Thank you, Andrew. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Who do we got here? We have, oh, Dean, man. Dean and I have been talking a lot. He's got amazing work. Look at this stuff. This is all him. Can you believe this? Wow. I wish I was that talented. Is that like a mossy stream? I love them. I love the smell of a mossy stream. That's some beautiful stuff, man. You are very talented, I have to say. Okay. Oh, and more garden. Hey, we'll take it. Beautiful country road. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of work. Oh, look at that. Hey, that tree in the back, doesn't that look exactly like the Four Seasons logo? It does. Let me blow that up. This one right here. Doesn't that look like the Four Seasons logo? It sure do. Four Seasons Hotels. Look at this place. Oof. Wow, that tree really looks like the Four Seasons logo. Well, you should take a picture of that and send it to them and put copyright on it. Say, hey, you're infringing on my trademark. And then retire. I remember when expensive hotels used to cost like $300 a night. You know, it was like $300 for like the Georges Cinq in Paris. Recently just was looking up the Prince de Galles, where we stayed in Paris a couple of like 2014, 2013. It was 2013? 2014. Dana and I stayed there. And I had my SBG card, so I got like somewhat of a discount. Not so much, but we got a really beautiful room and it was like $290. I was like, wow, that's expensive. I just looked it up. It's over $1,000 for a hotel room there. That's a lot. That's a ridiculous sum of money for a bed. Don't you think so? This is from Chris. He says, a good night. And we get some watches. Look at that. Oh, I see an Omega. Oh, look at that, baby. Fantastic. It's Omega GMT looking amazing with his cigars. Are you part of the cigar lounge? Part of Oshin Cigar Lounge? Oh, and he's got a sub too. Sub no date. That's what I'm talking about. Do you guys remember the dad from Happy Days? His name was Tom Bosley. And I was looking at clips from a show called The Night Gallery, which apparently was in the 60s. It was Rod Serling's follow-up to The Twilight Zone. There was an interview about Steven Spielberg. His first professional job was he directed an episode of The Night Gallery, and it was with Joan Crawford. And he had very nice things to say about her, as most people don't. But Tom Bosley was talking, and he had like a super vintage, like I don't even know which model it was, but it was beautiful. It had a date, so it was a beautiful Submariner, and it was in such pristine condition. And I think this was shot in like the 80s or the 70s. That was very cool because they always look good, man. Subs always look great in pictures, and that one is the one that Emmett O'Malley has, which is the beautiful wristwatch. That's called a good night from. Thank you, Chris. Hey, Tony Scuderi, everybody's favorite Harry Gonzalunzo. He's the Harry Sicilian. Proving it here with his tutor. Look at that. Look at that. Looking great. Perfect sizing on your wrist, monsieur. Looking great. Looking great. Oh no. Look at that. You're a pal, man. There's his tutor with my beautiful lady. My beautiful girl. We argued over which picture to use on the card. I had a different one, and he just said that that's her personality. And I agreed. Oh, Tony, thank you so much. And look at this. Hey, eventually it'll be theirs. So look at that. I'd say it's a little large for right now. I'd say go for a 34. But it looks great. Thank you, Tony, so much. Everybody's favorite Harry Sicilian. Always great to see you in the room. Here's one from Mark. Let's share this screen. This is Tudor GMT looking great. Yeah, these are beautiful. Tudor gives everybody what they want. Rolex, not so much. Look at that. That is beautiful. I mean, for everybody out there who wants a root beer, right? That's beautiful. And that's two-tone as well. Look at that. Gold crown, gold bezel. Cool. They have the coolest knurling. They really do. I really think that they have some of the coolest. It's very masculine. I know Carolyn collects Tudor, but I have to say that I think the Tudor might be one of the most masculine brands out there. And that juxtaposition, like I've always said, a lady in a man's dress shirt or a blazer is always very super sexy. I think that juxtaposition of masculine looks great on women too. But I think this is a rugged looking man's watch. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for that. Love it. I love the variety. I didn't see the bourbon. Did you send me two? Oh, you did. You did. Okay. Hold on. Is that the right one? Oh. Because it says and bourbon. Hey, everybody's favorite Jim Lassick is here. Hey, Jim. Oh, hey, look at you, man. All dressed up. Wow. His POW MIA. Look at this. Thank you for your service, sir. Looking proud and looking fit as a fiddle. Look at that. You know, these guys are going for an amazing ride after this, right? Incredible. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. That was an honor chair. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Steve is back. Steve Moreno. Hey, Steve. Good to see you. Oh, as always. With a watch that rarely, if ever, gets featured. You have a big wrist because that's a big watch. Holy crap. Look at that. Holy mackerel. His chronometer. His Navitimer. Look at that thing. I love these watches. Everybody does. Breitling deserves a better shake than they get. Beautiful complications, beautiful dials. I mean, you could saw a woman in half with that bezel, couldn't you? And I love the counterbalance on the chronograph hand. It's incredible. Absolutely beautiful. Who doesn't love an M? It looks great on that strap too. What size wrist do you have, mister? Because that's not a small watch, and that looks crazy. Wow. Thank you, sir. And then we have, I don't know what that is. That was obviously just private for me to look at. Who doesn't love this more than anybody? I know I do. There's nothing cuter than on their back. They're just giving in to you because they trust you with all of their heart and soul. Because cats don't trust anybody, but when they do, belly up. Look at that. So cute. Beautiful. Thanks, Andrew. Always great. Bedtime love me. Oh, Scott sent this to me the other day, and I answered it only because usually I'll do it on the show. And he said, "Whose face do you see?" I thought this was very interesting. I'd like to see what everybody's responses are. I had a response that made no sense, but that's what I saw. Pretty funny. Just send all of your pictures, lovely pictures, to basharddirk@gmail.com. You share them with me, and I share them with everybody. Because that's what I do. Hey, Ray. What does he have in a bottle of wine? You don't strike me as a white wine kind of fella. Is it not red? It's red wine. 19 Crimes, The Uprising. I've seen these in the store. Is this? I didn't even know that it was Australian wine. I had no idea. Is it a Shiraz? Southeastern Australia red wine. I know these are very popular now. Is this one you gave me? Having a glass of red vino. So the other night I drank Nathaniel's beautiful wine that he sent me. He sent me this Barolo that was absolutely outrageous. Apparently it's one of Vasheen's. It was kind of like a little joke. He sent me some wine. And man, buzz-a-roonied off the Barolo. 13.5. Really kind of threw me. Let's see, is this it? Okay, next up. This is Mr. James. Hey, this is great. Look at him. This is a child who didn't have one of those. That's a Schwinn with a banana seat. I didn't have a Schwinn. I know what, did I have a Schwinn? No, I had a Pierce Arrow. My sister had a Schwinn, and my brother had a Ross Apollo. That's a Stingray, I do believe. Those are worth a fortune. If you still have that bike now, it's worth a fortune. We had a Schwinn when we had our little place out on the end of Long Island that we owned with our my sister-in-law and her asshole husband, and he was just a sociopath. He was so angry at us that at some point he went into the shed and he took like a big pair of like metal cutters and he cut it was a Schwinn Continental, and he broke the frame. So I don't know who did it. Whatever. We haven't spoken to them in 15 years. Life is better because of it. For the show, hey, look at this, Eric. Thank you so much. Look at this. Is a very fancy cycle for. Can I blow this up? Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. Holy shit. Italian frames do it better. Campagnolo Group and some Shimano. I'm not a road guy. Mavic rims. Look at those. Oh boy. You don't use clipless. You use real pedals. You know those pedals that you stick your feet in? There's like a little rubber cage. Don't anybody ever ride with those. It's the fastest way to breaking your ankle or breaking your leg. Use regular pedals, or if you want to go with clipless pedals, clipless meaning the shoes that you have a locking system on the bottom, and you click into the bottom and you pull your foot to the right or to the left to pull out. They're very easy to get used to. That's the best way, especially if you're going up hills. I can't tell, but it looks like he's got a regular system there. Oh, and a specialized. Oh, that looks like a carbon fiber. He's got spuds there. Spuds are Shimano's brands. When you get into bikes, it's just as bad as watches. There's so much gear to know and models to know and blah blah blah. I should take pictures of my bikes. I should. I just started fixing them up. I use I had 747 Shimano's on all of mine before, and now I have the 787s. And I'm trying to remember what I got. I got some XTR, the newest version of the clips. I had to replace my 747s. They're in a box though, because one day I should get rid of them because people want them, and I just don't do it because I don't sell anything because I'm an idiot. I will eventually. Thank you so much for that. Andrew says the morning look. If that isn't that the greatest thing to wake up in the whole wide world? I miss waking up every single day. I'm laying like this and I just have a face staring at me. Look at you. You're a beauty. What a baby. She's giving you those eyes like, I'm so hungry and you're not paying attention to me at all in any way. Funny how they make us feel so guilty. This is from Dean. He says, a customer's cat. I know that this is a particular breed of cat, and I'm not exactly sure what their name is, but they're unbelievable looking. It's a customer's cat. Amazing. It's giving you the once-over. Ooh, look at the eye color on that. Wow. Carolyn, that would be a great color for a pen, huh? Look at that. Wow. Could do a whole cat eye series. Oh, they have a totally different nostril configuration than these breeds, than most breeds. Interesting. Thank you for that. Is this from today? It is. Oh, that's very nice from Andrew. For those we have lost, man. Thinking about you, Roy the Tiger. That was awfully sweet of you, Andrew. There's my bank draft. I'm wearing the Speedy today, so don't everybody yell at me. This thing's a tank. I couldn't scratch it if I tried. The Milgauss is in her box, sleeping. Thank you so much. Melly C is here. Oh, hey, with a bunch of pictures. I love when you send me multiple pictures because I can just go scroll. Look at the Tudor rotor, self-winding in red, beautiful brick red. Now that red is a red I could go with. Beautiful knurling, perfect size for you. Beautiful. I love the crowns, man. I have to say, I love the crowns. I can't stand it. Oh man, look at the pupils. You must have been disturbing them. Nice chenille blanket too. I love a chenille blanket. Hey, we can always rely on her for a beautiful Timex. And look at Joe Cool. He's in the corner. It's always the peanuts. You should send me an email, bashdirk@gmail.com, and send me a whole list of your peanuts collection. Because we haven't even scratched the surface. That's quite a beautiful watch. I love that. It's like I love all the different varieties. You have violet numerals and like a periwinkle NATO strap. Looking great. Oh, look at that Indiglo. I mean, listen, I know we're all big watch snobby douches, but you cannot beat these things, man. Amazing. And they're an American brand. I know that. Does that say something? That's kind of cool. American brand. I think they're still based in Connecticut. Thank you, Melly C, so much for that. Lord H, what do you got for us today? Ladies and gentlemen, Lord H. What is going on here? I see trouble. I see trouble. Troublehead. You look guilty. You know, when they put their ears to the side, it's like usually a warning. Oh, you want to sit here? Is that what you want? but I'm here right now. Thank you, Lord H. Beautiful. What a beautiful calico lady. Hey, Vaughn with his citizen. Hey, man. Love me a good citizen. Let's all try to be good citizens. This is a very beautiful dial Eco Drive. Look at this thing. Wow. You know what's really interesting is like Speedy, Rolex, Patek. We all have, everybody buys the same models of the same things. I have a Hulk. You got a Hulk. I mean, that's why I love Milgauss because, just me and Melly C have one. But like you see a watch like this and you wonder why you don't see more of them. And we all look at everybody's wrists on the subway, on the train, in the street, in a restaurant. We all do. And now all I do is on TV. I'll be watching a show and I'll forget the story because all of a sudden I was distracted by the watch. I'm like, is that Gruen, a vintage Gruen? I'm trying to figure it all out. It's just terrible. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Hey, Jade's here. Hey, Jade. Oh, well, speaking of us getting fancy now, part of the Trinity, here she is with her Vacheron Constantin. Look at this thing. Look at the loom on that. This looks super beautiful. Is this vintage? Wow, that bracelet is out of control. And I so rarely, if ever, see them like that. Wow. 2 of them. That's a beautiful bracelet. Wow. Nice manicure, too. Part of the Trinity. We can all of us can aspire one day to have a Vacheron Constantin. I don't know if it'll happen. That's her VC56. Beautiful. Toussaint Louis here. Oh, hey. Look at this action. Yeah, I love it. Look at that expressive face. Did you have that made? Because they're identical. Wow. I mean, you couldn't just go get a generic one, could you? Because I see too much similarity there. Hey, it's Rich. Oh, look at this. Who's this little scamp? Amazing. This is where Sheen thinks they should all be out in the wild. I would be like having a heart attack. Wait a minute. What are you doing out there? If I had a fenced-in yard and, or completely walled off that had plenty of trees and shrubs and places to hide, but any chance of them disappearing on me, I couldn't do it. That's okay. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Beautiful cat. Looks very smart. Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Oh, man. First of all, let's talk about how artful this photography is. Holy shit. Look at that. Look, this is beautiful. The Premier chronograph. Beautiful sweater. And look at the very, very masculine hand you got going on there. Very handsome. Very, look at that. Perfect size watch. If you were doing a Breitling ad, that would be it. Now you have this manly hand and this beautiful chronograph and this gorgeous cable sweater. And it's like a mossy green. That's like art, high art. Wow. I wish my hands looked like that. I have hand jealousy. I always look at people's hands because I just think it says so much about a person. You know, when you got like fey little wimpy, skinny, pinky hands, you're wearing a 44 millimeter and you shouldn't be. I always want my hand to look like that. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Very, very nice. This is from Carolyn Martin. With her Rhodesian. Look at that. It's when the dogs take over. It's coming soon. Eventually, they will and they should. Wow. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. Is there only one shot there? I always hit the button to see if there's an extra picture because I would love it. Oh, here's another one from Carolyn Martin. Oh, wow. What is this thing? Is this Hello Kitty? You don't strike me as a Hello Kitty type of person. What is this? Hello Kitty LED watch. Is that like Bombardieri that come at the wedding? You look like you're at a wedding. I mean, it's cute. I bet they've sold like 800 million Hello Kitty watches, because that's how it works. And another one with, oh no, Kevin. Kevin's the guy with the beautiful hands. Look at this. No. Oh my God. He ripped the pillow to shreds. Look, first of all, shepherds. Oh my God. My dingo was a shepherd dingo mix. But that shepherd face, just the black snout just destroys my soul. This is one of the most beautiful creatures in the world. And I hope you gave them that pillow. There's a commercial now for this company in America called Chewy, which is like an animal food and toy supply. And they're like, when you need to order the monkey over and over again because the dog could just keep shredding it. Absolutely incredible. What a beautiful pup. Your dog's sitting. You don't want a dog. You don't want to be dog keeping. Shit. Is that sitting? One of my friend's dogs I sit for about 8 months old. We only crate her when we leave. Okay, yeah, that's great, of course. And those are the pictures for the day. Thank you so much. Let me catch up on the chats. It's 48 of them. Holy shit, what did I do? Let me see. Hitesh C is sending you a message, Roar. Just read, so sad to hear about this. I thoughts and prayers. Of course they are. Dave F451, I think his first movie was Duel. Well, technically what he did was he did this night gallery thing, and that was for NBC, and he did I think it was like a 40-minute short movie. It was part of a trilogy, like Trilogy of Terror. And then he made Duel for CBS. Of course, Duel, we've all seen Duel. It's freaking masterpiece. Dean says, way to go with the Tudor watches. It's nice to see Tudor, right? Checked out that very Tudor GMT today. It's massive and it's beautiful. My Tudors are for the hubby. Well, you can, but a girl can like them too. Miss Martin has beat me threefold with Tudor. She likes Tudor. Looking good, Jim. Mark Gerard's here. The hurt with the new BB58 GMT badly with the yellow numerals on the bezel. It makes me want the Diet Pepsi more. Oh, is that right? Okay. Very interesting. Hey, Mark Gerard said Jim Morrison about the face in the thing. I said Ronnie James Dio, but Dean says Jim Morrison. You're all saying he said Bob Marley, and I tend to agree with him. Hitchhiker, if I'm not mistaken, but Betamax and HD DVD failed because the porn industry backed VHS and Blu-ray, even though they were inferior in video. Ugh. Isn't that crazy? You used to have to go into a store and buy porno tapes. I mean, isn't that terrible? I mean, that must have been terrible. The brown bag in it and all that stuff, That must have been a terrible thing. Alaskan Airlines logo. That's what you saw. That's pretty funny. Which Barolo was that, Dirk? I can't remember the winery and the vintage. Give me a second. I'll go get the bottle. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. And now that I see it, I feel like an idiot. Silvio Grasso Barolo. Get on my head. Silvio Grasso Barolo. and it is DOCG, and it is the it's just Silvio Grasso Barolo. And this is one of the prime Barolo vintners in the region, and this was a big recommendation from Machine O'Malley, and Nathaniel Hannon was a sweetheart, and he sent me a couple bottles of it, and we killed 2 of them. See, there's a little bit of that left. We had one Friday and Saturday. Just saying. So that's it. Andrew said, I had that same bike. I think we all did. Everybody's saying Jim Morrison, It's funny. Everybody's saying Jim Morrison. Patrick Sarsfield, can I ask a silly question? Why is the show called Eye Bashers? Okay, so hi, Patrick. How are you? Shane and I invented a podcast in 2002 or 3. I don't know the exact date. And it was on Apple, like Apple Podcasts. It was like when podcasts were brand new and people didn't even do them. We were before everybody. And we did about a year and a half of them. But we would sit around his kitchen. It was audio only. We all had microphones and headphones. And we'd sit around and we would bash current events and topics. And we would just bash about. And we were looking for a name for the show. And we just came up with Eye Bashers. Everything was I. iPhone. I was pre-iPhone. iPad. iMac. iSight. All that. I had an iSight camera. Did anybody have one of those? It was an actual big camera that you attached to your screen. Ludicrous. I have it somewhere. I wonder if what happened if I plugged it in. So that's why it's called Eye Bashers. And then, we stopped doing it because, nobody was listening to it. And once he started his watch channel, he said, we should do Eye Bashers. We should do a live show. So we started doing it together. And we said, let's revive the name Eye Bashers, where we talk about it. Because, when he's on the show, we can bash about. So then this channel is Sheen O'Malley and myself. I happened to about 8 months ago, 8 months ago. Actually, it was not that long ago, 6 months ago. I started doing my solo Dirk weekdays, and so now it's still the Eye Bashers, but it's Dirk weekdays. So my show's technically Dirk weekdays. Eye Bashers on Friday, but it's under the Eye Bashers umbrella. Where you talk about stuff, I talk about, we bash about until we come to a common goal and we solve the problems of the world. Does that explain it? I hope so. Dean, didn't recognize that Mike may be too young. Oh shit, are you too young for that? That's was I wrong about that? Isn't that a Stingray with a banana seat? Let me know. Never could afford the Stingray as a kid. I did buy the Stingray 50th anniversary in chrome. Well, that's good enough, right? Right? That's very cool. Vincent's missing ear. We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. That's the Wilford Brimley of cats. Can I tell you, I have a funny story about Wilford Brimley. Are you ready for this? He totally cruised me in Manhattan one day. I was by Madison Square Garden, and I forget where I was. I was next to a Sbarro, and I was fumbling with something, and in my crossbody bag. This is 20 years ago, and this guy's older man came up to me, and he said something kind of provocative to me, and I just looked at him. Something like, he said, "You lose something in there? Do you need a hand?" And I remember looking up at him and going, and I said, "Oh, fuck, you're Wilford Brimley." And he went like this, and he turned away and ran. Just saying. Thought I'd add that to the pie. He's dead now, so he's not going to care. Hitesh, I bought a potato from the shop. It was shaped like an arse. Melly C says, okay, I'll send you an email. Please do. Please do. Mark Sherrod, does anybody know why cats freak out over cucumbers? Do they? Laverne didn't. I used to make cucumber salad all the time. Is there something about cucumbers and cats that I don't know about? I think I did see a video once, and I wasn't sure exactly what that is. Angelo Minichello, hey, buddy. Late today. We'll watch later. Gotcha. Melly C, twinning. That charge indicator is great. Yeah. Oh, you see, I'm so behind because I should probably learn how to do the current chats as I'm looking at the pictures. That would be really great. Melly C says the VC is stunning. Well, sure. It sure is. Absolutely. The face I saw was the mayor from Yellow Submarine. That's actually pretty good. Wow. Mark Gerard says I'm a legend. No, you're a legend. Here's Topster with the actual lowdown. Blu-ray is superior than HD DVD. Blue laser pulse width is much smaller than red. Interesting. The Blu-ray disc holds 10 times the data. HD DVD was shittier by a cheaper way to fit 1080p on an optical medium. I knew there was something going on there. I wasn't sure. Several people I showed it to said Jim Morrison, but yeah, and he said he saw Bob. Now, when you said Bob Marley, I certainly saw Bob Marley, and I didn't think it was Jim Morrison at all. And I'm not a big reggae guy, but I'm certainly a Jim Morrison fan. You guys are talking about tons and tons and tons of tutors. It's a tutor-a-thon. Hey, it's Davey. Hi, Dirk. Hope you're well. Cheeky question. Are you really planning on moving to Italy? Absolutely. The planning is the dream plan. Like, we have, elderly folks that we take care of and a lot of responsibilities here where we are. That's the dream to do that. But the dream might incorporate eventually getting a place there first and going back and forth when possible. And then eventually just going there to drop dead. That would probably be the thing. But yeah, thanks for asking. Mark Gerard, whole cucumbers. Cats see them and jump out of the way. Turbo speed. I think they think it's a snake at first. How very interesting. I'd go out and get a cucumber, but I don't have a cat anymore, sadly. Topster says also HD DVD was backed by fewer studios. I think it was Warner Brothers, right? Just Warner. I think that's what it was. I think it was just Warner Brothers. Yeah. Let me remind everybody that my Pantheon Patreon is Jim Lassick, Andrew Olkowicz, Komodo Soto, Nick, Sisto, Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott. Oh, I thought I fixed that. Hold on a second. This was a special request by Fergal, and I want to fix that right now. Hold on. I'm fixing it. Sorry about that, kiddo. Save and scroll. There we go. Jim Lassick, Andrew Olkowicz, Komodo Soto, Nick Sisto, Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott. Sorry, pal. And Nathaniel Hannon, Dana O'Malley, Lord Scotty H, Dean McKenzie, Al Benedetti, Angelo Minichello, and Gasman takes my breath away. Thank you all so much for joining me on this Sunday edition of Sunday Mass. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing all of your words and wisdom. And please, let's all remember Roar the Tiger and his beautiful daughter. And if you have anything you want me to pass on to him, you can send any and all of that to basharddirk@gmail.com, and I will make sure he gets the message from you personally. And also send me an email if you can, because if I could do anything for you at all, bake you a cake or some, anything I could do for you. I know how you feel, and I'm we're also very sorry here at Bashers. And so we're thinking of you today. I will be back on Tuesday with Dirk Weekdays, and tomorrow Watch Fashion Police is scheduled as far as I know, and hopefully we'll be doing that. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday at 5 p.m., the usual Bash time, the usual Bash channel. Thanks so very much. So I ask everybody always to remember to say please and thank you. Remember to hold the door open. And remember that when you're dealing with somebody who's not so nice, remember they might be having a bad day. Something terrible could have happened to them, or they're experiencing one of life's many, many, many obstacles, and they're just trying to figure a way to get through with it. That's, of course, unless you find out that they're a total